Hey everyone. I'm often asked what piano patch that I'm using on my songs I cover on YouTube. So in this video I thought I would share exactly how I make the sound that I make. Traditionally I do use the onboard Nord Stage2 piano called Lady Grand. However, I stopped using this in exchange for a software instrument. I've been purchasing and collecting software instruments for about 12 months now, and I thought that perhaps I could do a video each week or every now and then to show some cool sounds I've come up with using these. I was quite surprised at how many synths have recognisable sounds, especially artists like the Eurythmics, but we'll get to that in another video if you're interested in seeing it. So let's get into it. So here we go. I use Logic as my main digital audio workstation, or DAW if you like to call it that. Now at the moment I've got it set up so I can just do I want to be able to export the audio out on a separate track. So normally I'd have up the top here my Nord Stage2 as an audio track, direct audio from my synth to an audio interface. Now this is just a MIDI track that I'm using with a virtual instrument, and this is a layered software synth that is part of Logic that I've sort of adjusted and edited to my liking, and I layer that over it as well. So what I'll do is I will just hit record on this. So first of all, I use Keyscape now. This is an amazing piece of software by Spectrasonics. I'm going to be doing quite a lot of reviews. Well, not really reviews, but just more so showing some of the awesome sounds that some of these these packages have. I recently purchased this along with Omnisphere 2 and Trillion, and I have been playing with them a lot. They're quite good. So anyway, this is the sound that sounds like, I guess, close as possible to my Nord Stage2. So as you can see, or hear should I say, it's quite a deep sort of sound, which is what I like. I tend to avoid playing higher registers on the piano because it just sounds a little bit too, I don't know, it's I just think that songs, pop songs and things like that, or whatever, if they're played higher up, it just sounds a little bit too high. I tend to stick to the lower octaves, I guess. So stuff like Duran Duran that I recently just did. So as you can see, I don't know, it just is my style of playing. So that's basically the sound that I use. Now I'll just stop that for a second and see whether I can show the chorus to piano on its own. Hopefully this will work. That's the underlying layered sound. So if I start to play that again, kind of thing. And the piano sound, if I just move that along a little bit. The piano, there we go. Right, the piano on its own without the chorus piano. sounds like this. Very nice. Now with Keyscape, I'll probably do a separate video on that, but I'll just like to point out one awesome thing that I come across now. There's a lot of Roland sampled instruments here. MKS20 for example is basically a digital piano kind of sound rack that came out in the 80s, I think, or late 80s, would be late 80s. Now, where are we? This Electric Grand one is very much like, or I think it was used by Elton John in on his album Sleeping in the Past. You can do a little bit of Googling about that. So songs like Sacrifice and Club at the End of the Street and Healing Hands. So you can hear the chorus kind of, or what do you call it? Not chorused. Can't think of the word, but I'll give you an example by playing. As I mentioned, Healing Hands is another one. Not good at that song because I haven't played that in a very long time. What else did I mention? Club at the End of the Street I've never played really. I think it's in D major, I think. that's a bit long-winded, that one. So anyway, if you're interested in you want a copy of that chorus patch that I made, I mean, it's not that hard to make in Logic. I'll just stop this and show quickly the settings. It's very, very simple sort of stuff. I just made some slight changes to not make it as bell-like, and it turned out okay. So if you'd like me to export that or copy that to a file, I'm more than happy to share that somehow. But yeah, like, I don't know if you know, it's probably something that doesn't interest a lot of people, but I get asked all the time how I'm making the sound that I'm making, because a lot of piano patches are very mid to high range sounding. They don't have any depth to it, and that's what I really like, that adds thickness to the song. So anyway, I'll leave it there, and I will start doing some videos about some other virtual instruments that I have. There's quite a large collection of instruments that I can go through and whatnot. So until then, that is going to be it.